Good morning. Is anybody out there that can hear me? Please put in the chat if you can hear me. Just kind of want to make sure that those out there can hear me before we kind of get started with Rodgers Remix this morning. Well, Miss Lewis, good morning. Thank you. Well, welcome to Rodgers Remix. As you can see, we are going live here at the Olmsted Library. I'm super excited to be here. Wanted to kind of start having Rodgers Remix here as we start inching back in, hopefully very soon. So just wanted to give you a little glimpse of our library. It's such a beautiful place. Behind me, you see all the amazing flags that represent the 40 different countries and over 30 different languages here at Cult Nation. I'm super excited. So I want to thank everybody for being here today. I also want to thank who you'll meet very soon, Miss White, the birthday girl today. As you know, considering we're in this COVID, she has to be over there with her mask on. And then when it's her turn to present today, then we'll switch out. She is our mental health practitioner. And today she's going to share with you a few things. And one of the things I'm excited about is she's going to share 6 specific strategies on how to cope with COVID. Last night our family engagement committee hosted a roundtable discussion. Thank you, Ms. Lewis, for hosting that. And it was really refreshing just to have our parents come together as well as our staff members and kind of share simply how they're coping with COVID. I even walked away with a few strategies myself. I even wrote down a few tips. One of our parents talked about how in the beginning of all of this, she really struggled navigating Google Classroom and just being able to get her son in his classes. So considering we're one-to-one here, and what that means is that all of our young men, as well as our teachers, have their own personal iPad. It's going to be important that we start having some type of seminars or trainings to teach our parents, how to navigate the iPad, get into Classroom, different apps, so they can be, really a part of their son's education. So I kind of took that tip last night. Some other strategies that they kind of talked about as a parent pretty much showed us step by step how she created a study guide binder for her son, which was pretty cool. And that was good to see. Another parent talked about how they have a behavior chart that they have up that they kind of use, be able to move up and down with different colors so that their kid can kind of focus and be able to get, those rewards, whether it's extra time on the game or just some other cool things to get. So one that really resonated with me was, I think it was one of our staff members that kind of shared how the importance of making sure that our young men take breaks. When I heard that, I thought, well, wait, I don't take breaks. I'm sitting at this computer pretty early in the morning to pretty late at night, meeting after meeting, or just kind of working on something. So I kind of want to use that strategy to incorporate that in my daily schedule as well. So we'll be having more family meetings, different things coming up. So just make sure that you're connected to our School Connects, that you're a part of all of our social media outlets, and that you kind of check out our website from time to time, because we put a lot of information on there. Definitely tuning in to Rodgers Remix once a month. I love this segment because it just gives us time to kind of talk about updates, things that are going on that maybe you missed, and things that are coming up. I've received emails from families sometimes when they go back and watch it, just kind of say, I asked my son about that and he said he didn't know anything. So it's pretty cool to be able to share that information with you when sometimes you don't get it from your students. So today we're going to kind of talk about report cards. We're going to kind of talk about participation, the importance of it, what participation looks like. We're going to talk about our brick and mortar plan. Something I'm excited to talk about is track and field that's coming up. We're going to also talk about our Black History Month celebration, parent-teacher conferences, and office hours. So I kind of want to start with participation. For the month of December, we averaged about 85%, which I was kind of excited about because that is an increase from our participation for November. What I'm finding so far when I look this morning, we're just at 75% for the month of January. And I'm finding that Wednesdays are our lowest participation rate. It's about 68%. So just make sure that although there are no live classes on Wednesdays, that your child is getting online every day. They're coming to class and they're getting work completed. One of the things that is very important that I kind of want to talk about when it comes to participation as well is kind of knowing what does participation mean? How does my son get those participation points? I'm going to share a few of those ways. One is definitely coming to class. When they turn in assignments, they get it. When they email their teacher, when they come to office hours. So those are just some of those examples. And speaking of office hours, just a reminder that our teachers, our counselors, our mental health practitioners, our assistant principals, they all have office hours. And I just want to make sure that you take advantage of that, especially our young men when it comes to meeting up with their teachers. That's some free one-on-one time to get some clarifying questions answered, help with a project or an assignment. And for you parents to be able to find out when those office hours are, you just simply need to go to the quickest way is to go to the JCPS website. And when you get there, you're going to click on something that says NTI coursework. And when you click on that, all of Jefferson County Public Schools will come up, and you just pick Olmsted. And when you click on Olmsted, you'll have access to all of our information. So you'll have your son's schedule, kind of like that parent talked about last night, making sure that it was printed and placed up somewhere in the house where everybody kind of knew what time he had to go to class. You'll get links to staff office hours, and there's so much more information. So please, 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 I encourage you to take that time to get on there to kind of get that information. Now, report cards, they were mailed out on Wednesday. So I want to thank my counselors for making sure that happened. So please reach out to your teachers and your counselors for any assistance. And I take a moment just to stop to see if I have any questions, anything happening in the chat that I'm kind of missing out on. Okay, Ms. Lewis, our next family meeting will be in March. Great. So just to let you guys know, once again, School Connects will have that information. We'll also post it on the website. So make sure you're kind of checking those things out. Ms. Brown, good morning. Good morning. Okay, just kind of wanted to check the chat just to make sure you guys didn't have any other questions before I keep moving. One of the things I'm excited about is to announce that track and field has been approved, and we will start March 1st. I can't wait to attend those meetings and kind of cheer our young men on. This will be the first sports happening here at Colt Nation. So I'm going to ask Ms. Punsley, if you could please drop the link in the chat for signups. So please use that link to sign up immediately so that your son can be a part of that track and field. Now, speaking of brick and mortar plan, I just want to make sure as we start, having different events and being able to start coming back into the building, we don't have a date yet for us to return. However, we're making plans, preparing to just come right on in. As of today, by the end of today, all elementary school staff who signed up to take the vaccination will be vaccinated. And I'm excited to share that Colt Nation will drive up to Broadbent Arena on Monday. And those of us who said yes will get vaccinated as well. Pretty excited about that. So as we prepare to have our students walk our hallways, I want you to take some time when you get a moment to check out our brick and mortar plan. It is also on the JCPS website, and it gives you details of how things will run here at Olmsted as we move forward. Also, I'm excited to share that our very own Black History Celebration is going to start on Monday. Now, while traditionally the month of February is just set aside specifically to kind of learn about Black history and Black positive influences in culture, Olmsted North and our Racial Equity Committee, we are committed to continue this venture of learning throughout the year. So it just won't be a February thing. Our racial equity plan is focused on student involvement. We are focused on curriculum and instruction, data analysis, and professional development. And that way we're able to embed everything and all of this in everything that we do. So I'm excited for that. Once again, make sure that you're checking out our social media pages, our website, because as we move forward through the month of February, we're going to be posting some cool links and some cool information for you. I also want to share that parent-teacher conferences are coming up. It's February the 15th, and we're going to have more information about that on our website and our social media as well. So please take some time off to check in with your teachers, counselors, myself on February the 15th, so we can kind of keep moving forward and making sure we're meeting your needs. Also, we still need you. We need all of our committee members as well as our parents to join PTSA. Ms. Lewis is here. If you don't mind, could you put the PTSA link in the chat? Once again, you don't have to be a parent to be a part of the PTSA. We just want those of you to be at the table so we can have some really cool plans in place and help move Colt Nation forward to be the great school that I know that it is already becoming. I'm going to make sure there's no questions in here in the chat. I want to check that chat out. Ms. Punsley, thank you so much for putting that link in there for us. Ms. Brown, I'm glad that your son is excited to hear about the track and field. So make sure you use that link and get him signed up. Make sure he tells his friends about it. You know, most of the time words, information goes quicker and words go quicker when it's through our young men. So if you could tell him to kind of share that with his friends, I'm excited about that as well. Oh, thank you for going ahead and put that PTSA link in there as well. Please, please, please make sure you use that. We need everybody at the table. Also, just a reminder, today is Friday. So from 2 to 2:30, students will be part of our Colts clubs that we have. And I love this time because this is a time for our young men to be able to be a part of the chess club. We have gaming club, anime, Dungeons and Dragons. There's so much going on from 2 to 2:30. So please make sure your son knows that all he needs to do is go to Colts Connections link to get a list of the clubs. And once he's there, he'll get the Google Meet code to join. So I hope to see lots of our men there today. So that's pretty much all of the information that I have for you right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ms. White, who is our mental health practitioner.
Good morning, Colt Nation. Greetings and salutations. I'm here. Thank you again, Ms. Rodgers, for inviting me. I'm new. For those of you who are not familiar with me, again, my name is Ms. White. I'm a mental health practitioner or the mental health counselor here at Homestead Academy North, or otherwise known as Colt Nation. And Ms. Rodgers and I were processing. It was like, well, what do we do? We're preparing to manage through COVID. It's been difficult. This transition for all of us has been very difficult. And so in doing some research and some history, it was like, well, let's present some mental health techniques that will be effective for our families, not just our parents, but our students, our staff. So I did the history and the research. I've got some tools and some techniques, 6 essential ways to manage during COVID. And so first, I want to start out with some stats. 41% of us U.S. citizens have experienced some form of calamity in relation to COVID, be it our mental health, our physical health, but it's affected us all in some way, form, or fashion. 30% of individuals report that they've experienced depression and anxiety. That's a high number. So how do we manage that during COVID? Glad you asked. So the first thing is we've got 6 essential steps that will help you make it through. Very easy. Nothing that you have to do. A lot of these things are at home, tools that you can use at home. So the first thing is routine. Start your day, finish your day with a routine schedule. Some tools and techniques. This is my Bible. It helps me get through. It's a schedule, a planner, hour by hour of how to manage through. So each day is accounted for. It also helps you reflect on the times that you have available that's free time that you can do some things that are self-care geared, because that's what we want to do, self-care. Get some exercise in, watch a movie, do some yoga, just find some special time for you. But planning and strategy helps with that. Our minds are designed and wired for habits. So neuroscience, basically anything we do, 21 days becomes a habit. So if we get into the routine of it, it becomes natural for us. Secondly, get out, get some fresh air. It's cold, but just the change of scenery, even if you just walk from the front door to the back door, it helps. Just changing that routine and breaking that monotony. They said it last night on the PTSA meeting, take a break. If you're going and going and going and going, take a moment and just get some fresh air. Open a window. I know it's cold, but that fresh air, let it stay open 5-10 minutes just to get that fresh air. Or change your scent up. Get your diffuser. Get your diffuser, some oils. It helps. Plug-ins. Bath and Body Works is a thing, right? They're always having a special. They're always having candles. They're always having plug-ins. Utilize that. Aromatherapy is amazing. That's two. Third time, limit your exposure to negative television, right? We see the news often. The only thing that's on the news is hard things, difficult things. Talking about COVID, talking about the presidential candidacy the last few weeks. It's always negative, negative, negative. Limit your exposure. If you're used to watching the news daily, cut it back to 3 times a week, excuse me. Or watch it once a week and then check out what's going on every now and then. Replace the time that you have the negative exposure with positive things. Watch things that are like engaging, that are action figure, Disney movies. Just check out the Disney Channel. I think Disney Plus is $6 a month, a well investment. Embrace your inner homebody. That's number 4, right? So be at home. Find things to do around the house. Get acclimated with your house. Rearrange your furniture. Clean out your closet. Paint. Do family interactions. Play some games. Bought a couple of games. This is my signature. Uno flip. It's not the traditional Uno, but it's fun. Put a spin to it. Add a question on each color. If it's a red color, create an idea of what you're going to do. Every time you throw a red color down, you have to create an event that you want to say. For example, you want to tell what the next step looks like for you in 2021, a goal. Make it adventurous, or tell us a fun time that we've had in our family, if it's a blue card. Make it exciting and adventurous, not the traditional way. And number 5, nourish and center your mind around positivity. Take some time to do some yoga, meditate, read, journal, write down things that are positive. Each day, write down a positive affirmation, something that gives some positive energy. What you put out is what you receive. And then finally, get some help. Ask for some help. Find that family member, that good girlfriend, that good guy friend. Have a conversation. If that doesn't work, seek out some help. There's a crisis number that you can call. There's mental health institutions that you can call. There's Peace Hospital, The Brook. There's suicide hotline. Just know that you're not in this by yourself. So hopefully those techniques will be essential for you. You can utilize them. If you have any questions, you can reach me. My Google number is 502-536-9441. Again, I'm Miss White, I'm a mental health practitioner, and thanks again for tuning in.
Well, that is all we have for you today. Just wanted to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. This will be recorded and it will be on our Olmsted YouTube page, so you can come back and check it out if you need to. I want to thank my co-host, Miss White, for coming on her birthday to kind of share those tips with you guys. And I want to thank everyone in the chat that is here helping us out. Thank you so much. My staff always shows up and always has my back. So thank you so much for doing that. Have a great weekend. Just a reminder, 2:00, we are in clubs having a good time with our young men. So make sure you're there. Bye.
Did I go too fast?
No.